Well, he snapped the USFL, but he was still working for Senator Hagerty.
All right. So let's say, hey, Senator Hagerty, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning to you, Steve.
Senator, I know that you're in Washington, but I have with me in the studio a guy who wants to say hello to you. Jeff Lovingood would like to say hello to you, Jeff.
Oh.
Greetings, Senator. How are you doing today?
Listen, I'm doing great, Jeff. It's great to hear your voice. How is Riley?
He's doing great. I talked to him last night, and I just want to tell you thank you for all you're doing and how you're representing the great state of Tennessee in Washington and really around the world, and your stance and your love for the Lord and love for people of Tennessee. And thank you for your encouragement of my youngest son, Riley.
Well, Riley's done a great job for me and for our state and for our nation, and frankly, I've been so proud to see him advance his football career in his spare time, too. He may make it to the pros yet.
Well, we'll see. He'll keep practicing and keep working for you, and you have a great day. Be careful with Heartline today. He's a little amped up.
I got it. But I appreciate your pastoral care.
Hey, Senator, I'd also like to meet the pastor of First Baptist Cleveland. Pastor Jordan Easley is in our studio also. Pastor?
Hey, Senator Hagerty, good to see you, or good to hear your voice again. We actually did meet during the pandemic, remember? We shot that show together at our church.
That's right.
And that's where we originally connected. Yeah, it's great to hear your voice again. Love tracking what you're doing and how you're representing our state. Grateful for you, man.
Well, thank you, Pastor. I very much appreciate that. And listen, I appreciate all the prayers and the moral support. It makes a real difference. The challenges up here every day are enormous. The pressure that we're getting from outside our nation, from within our nation, is just unbelievable in terms of the desire to, quote, transform America and change our role in the world. And having the support of you, your prayers, and so many people in Tennessee strengthens me every day in this fight. So thank you.
Absolutely. You got a lot of people that love the Lord and love our state that are praying for you today. And so stay in the fight, my friend.
Much appreciated.
Senator Hagerty, I think Riley might have told you that I know you have a good relationship with Sisi, the president of Egypt, and we have a work there that we do in Egypt, in Alexandria, and in Cairo with an organization called TC Egypt, and it's a neat partnership we have with the country of Egypt.
Well, that's wonderful. I was just with President Sisi. The hand of the Lord has touched that nation in many ways over the years, as you know. It's got historic biblical consequence. And to be there, to be in that country is just amazing, as you well know. It touches all of us, particularly all of us who are believers.
Thank you. Have a great day.
All right, Senator, I want to go to a story that a lot of people are talking about, just get your take on it, and that is Senator Mitch McConnell. What can you say about his health situation, and what is he telling his colleagues about his health?
So I actually talked with him yesterday a couple of times on the floor of the Senate in a conference meeting that we had. He basically explained to all of us what he's been through. He's had a concussion. I think we all know that. And the recovery from a concussion is difficult. My oldest son had a pretty serious concussion, in athletics. Jeff Riley's probably had a few of them along the way. The older you get, I think the tougher it is to recover. The symptoms that he's been experiencing are not atypical of someone that is recovering from a concussion. That's what Senator McConnell explained to us yesterday. He also said that the letter that was put out by the Office of the Attending Physician, Dr. Monahan, said that wasn't Dr. Monahan's opinion. That was a compilation of the opinions of several experts that have tested him on multiple dimensions. And they've given him a clean bill of health. He's fine. He has not had anything like a stroke or that type of thing, which I think a number of people have been concerned about. And in every respect, I think that he's, got a clean bill of health, and I respect the medical opinion that has come out about this. Certainly, I don't wish him anything but good health.
We're joined by Senator Bill Hagerty, of course, of Tennessee, live from Washington this morning. And, government funding, here we are again. Looks like we're on the clock again. Just bring us up to date on that, if you would, Senator.
Well, the government funding timeline runs down to the end of this month. The Democrats have known this for a long time. And basically, if you think about it, President Biden refused to even negotiate with McCarthy on the debt ceiling. that put everything behind in terms of the normal appropriations process. They went for 74 days without even talking, over 100 days before they even sat down. All of that had the impact of compressing the amount of time that we have to get through the appropriations process. The net result is we're not going to be finished with it by the 30th of September. So the Biden administration is proposing what they call a continuing resolution. That's to keep government going, theoretically, to keep it going when they say a clean resolution, just at the current state. But something is buried in Biden's proposed legislation for this clean resolution, this clean continuing resolution, as they call it. What they're talking about is a supplemental package that includes something very, very dangerous. Buried deep in the ink, and they talk about it in terms of, quote, border management, a supplemental change for border management, some supplemental funds, but in it, they ask for the authority to basically change the way ICE functions. And I'm going to read the exact wording to you.
Okay.
It would say that all ICE funding can be redirected to quote, fund community-based residential facilities and to provide services and support to refugees, asylum seekers, or other migrants, including through contracts or through the award of grants or cooperative agreements to non-governmental organizations. These NGOs are basically the money laundering operations that they're using as travel agencies to move people into the country. What this allows, in effect, you step back from it, it gives them the authority to take all of ICE's budget, past, present, and future, and convert it from border protection to, quote, management, meaning the transportation of illegal immigrants into our nation. Instead of buying tickets to send them back to their home countries, and ICE has been charged historically with defending our borders and turning back illegal immigrants, what they're going to be charged with now under Biden, and this gives Biden the authority to do it, is to turn all of their funding inward toward America, and they can use all of that funding to force ICE to become essentially their own illegal migration travel agency into the United States of America. You should hear the mayor of New York City talking about this. It's just amazing to hear him say New York City is being lost right now. They're losing the city because of the flood of immigration. They say they can't handle it. The Biden administration doesn't care. And this will give them the authority to do it at an even more accelerated pace. It's just amazing.
And we're joined by Senator Bill Hagerty. Senator, what would you do? What are some thoughts that you have about this situation?
Well, the first thing on the immigration piece, we need to actually fund ICE to defend and protect and secure our borders. Joe Biden came in and on day one tore up President Trump's most effective border protection measure. That was called the Migrant Protection Protocol, the so-called Stay in Mexico policy. That required asylum seekers to stay in their home country or the next adjacent country. They can't come into America and file for asylum. They have to stay in Mexico or stay in another country and file there. That brought illegal immigration down to a trickle because the illegal immigrant team, the cartels that run it, figured out the process. As long as they can get people illegally into the United States of America, they don't have to show up to their immigration hearing. They just flood into America and stay here illegally. Biden tore that down. It had been working. Biden tore that down. He stopped building the wall. Trump was almost finished with it in many, many key areas. They just took it down and left holes. I've been down there several occasions. It's amazing. They've just put big gaps in the wall, wasted billions of dollars of money. And what they're doing is inviting people to come in. And now with this new change in ICE's protocol that they're proposing with this continuing resolution, the Biden administration is trying to slip in through the chaos of a government shutdown. They're trying to slip in a clause that allows them to completely flip, to completely transform ICE, to defund ICE, if you will, from its original objectives and turn ICE into a travel agency for illegal immigrants coming into the United States, to have them come in here and buy airplane tickets for illegal immigrants, to send them to New York, to send them to Cleveland or Chattanooga, to send them wherever they want to go with new clothes, with a fresh start, and it's all at the taxpayer's expense. It is shocking beyond compare.
Senator Bill Hagerty, Senator, of course, United States Senator from the volunteer state, live from Washington. Senator, thank you very much for your time, sir.
Great to be with you, Steve, and you've got some very wonderful people in the room there with you today. Thanks to them.
Well, I originally met you as you're on your first campaign through Jeff Lovingood, and they're at First Baptist, did our first interview there, and yes, they are wonderful, wonderful people. They really are.
Well, Jeff and his family, Pastor Easley, they've all been just wonderful to me, and I couldn't appreciate our friendship being more, Steve. Thank you for being such a great patriot and for helping us get the word out. The mainstream media is not covering this at all. They're just turning the other way. and we're seeing America transformed and destroyed by the policies of the Biden administration. It would be so easy to fix. We just need to go back to the policies that were in place 2.5 years ago.
Senator Bill Hagerty, Senator, we'll talk soon. Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Steve.
Thank you, sir. All right, Senator Bill Hagerty with us live from Washington this morning at 8:28. Mark Shepard.